Steven Universe, a very special animated series. Here are my thoughts. Let's start off with the character Garnet. What can you say about Garnet? She's hot. She's a great warrior. She has cool confidence. Her powers. And then comes her awkwardness of where, yeah, she has that cool, smooth voice, but she is still an alien warrior who is on warrior mode, 90% of the time. So when she does do something warm and sweet, it is a surprise. A sweet surprise, but a surprise. Yes, she's tall and curvy. She has an afro. And I cannot name the last time an anime character had an afro. So yeah, that's cool. And next in line, connecting to Garnet, are the characters Ruby and Sapphire. If you have never seen Steven Universe, here is a fusion. These characters are aliens, and a fusion is when two little aliens dance together and their bond create one new person that's a combination of all of their gifts and weaknesses, but as one person. Some people say it's like having sex, and this person is like your perfect child. Possibly. I think it's a great new kind of tool for, I don't know, character designs and combinations and make shipping a whole hell of fun. But anyway, back to who Ruby and Sapphire are. Ruby and Sapphire are a lesbian couple on a children's TV show, and that is adorable. They are sweet and wholesome and so freaking adorable. Oh, they're lesbians out in the open. It's obvious that both are girls and they are in love, and that is so nice. I honestly was not thrilled with Kurosami. I felt like they kept that relationship under their hats as much as they could. And, well, yes, it's nice that there is some gay couple out in the world. What makes Ruby and Sapphire better is that they actually act like a couple. There's no hints, there's no implications, they just are. They talk like a normal couple would, and they also talk like people. There's no hiding, there are no ideas, it's just there. They're a couple, deal with it, and adore it, because it is sweet and precious, and I cannot say that enough. Precious, precious, precious. I like them very much. I like how Sapphire is all feminine and blue and has big bangs that cover her one cyclopean eye. I think that's sweet. I like that she's a know-it-all whose powers are kind of icy. And I like that she has that smooth, calm voice. Ruby is her wonderful partner. Ruby is the soldier. She just, has the mentality of, I will die for my cause. And when she's not dying for her cause, something she's had to do for the first time since her, creation, she's just an awkward, kind of troubled person who admits not being that smart and has a short fuse, and she really struggles with that because, she wants to be calm and good as Sapphire, but she's a victim of her own temper, her own frustrations. But what makes her a fuller character is that she recognizes them and tries to do better and cares about the other people around her enough that, she'll put them before herself. And that's really nice. They bring out the best in each other. They also bring out the worst in each other, but they're just so close and it's so nice and I love it. It's just so wonderful. And okay, let's see. Next on the gym list, we have Amethyst. And I like Amethyst very much because, well, for the shallowest of reasons, she's purple. She's a purple character with white hair. Also, she's kind of small and round and short and cute, and she's also extremely cool with herself. Like, I don't know, she's just that fun character who's super lazy. Like, she's just the embodiment of a teenage girl who, oh, later I'm sleeping, or, okay, I'm awake and all I want to do is eat. Like, she's just youth. And also, she has horrible insecurities of youth. She's emotionally unstable, she doesn't know how to talk to people all the time. she's a pretty good buddy, but not the most reliable person. And yeah, that's just all very likable. I love how she's purple and has just all this white hair and she's small and tiny and unlike Garnet who's all tall and curvy, she's still pretty hot because, she just loves to dance. She's got a great bosom. She just has such fun attitude. Oh, I gotta say, that one episode where we find out that she's an alien, like, she is a pure alien, but she was made on Earth, so she's like an American alien. That's just really interesting. That's a very cool concept, Like, she's too alien for Earthlings and too, earthly for other aliens, but she's still her whole self, and it makes sense, and I really like that. I appreciate that. That is a well-formed character. And honestly, I am so surprised that her voice actress was not Cree Summers. It's some new girl, but good for you, new girl. You sound great. Oh, yeah. And then we got Pearl, the sweet, skinny nerd. Okay, she's not that sweet. She can actually be a little salty sometimes. Pearl is that, neurotic person. She's also a ballerina and, a chemist, an engineer, a scientist. Like, she is that person who puts 110% into everything. And her weaknesses are she's, a little high strung, actually a lot high strung. She's overly emotional. She has a hard time letting things go. She can be condescending to her closest people. She's kind of hard to love, but all the things that make her so salty are also what make her endearing. And I can admit to having some Pearl qualities myself, of where, my pitch will go up and down, I'll ask too much from people, and then I'll just feel sorry for myself. Yeah, I think we can see some Pearl. I also like how she's just sort of flat, like she's just a skinny kind of character with this big nose. And what's great about the Crystal Gems is they are aliens of all different shapes and sizes. Like so many other shows with, women characters, everyone is like curvy and hot and all looks the same, and it's got like this Barbie figure where she's got maybe green skin, maybe if we're lucky, and purple hair. But no, the Crystal Gems are all beautiful designs and they're all different shapes. Like, that's fun. That is refreshing. Like, so nice. Ugh, so nice. God, and they also have really great personalities. I mean, ugh, okay, they have this thing where, yes, they can be pompous because, they're aliens, they have other things to do than worry about, human problems, because they don't need to eat. And, they don't like, take in the culture so much. Apparently they've been on Earth for thousands of years, but never paid attention to humans that much because they had other things to do. They were just making themselves content. And that's understandable. Some people call it, like, selfish or oblivious. But, I don't know, they get a pass because they've been the same way forever. Like, they were just born to the adult age they were. That's just how they are. That is how they have developed. Their development is slower because, it took Stephen being born, their little, half alien human friend to really appreciate Earth. But yeah, that's what makes it really good that it took them so long to develop, and them opening up slowly is good development to me. I really like this alien world that they built, based off gemstones. I've never been crazy about gemstones. But the fact that, they use all these accessing in such a beautiful aesthetic as gems is lovely. And they give them fun powers that you can watch. I don't know, it's just a great anime influence of, superpowers and complex, arcs of power and whatnot. It's all really fun and so well developed. Ugh. God, like, the gems, the crystal gems, the main three I just mentioned, they have lived on Earth. They have settled on Earth. They're content with their Earth home. And then, as seasons progressed, we got some gems from their home world. Fresh off the saucer. Here we go, aliens. Oof, let's get started. We have Peridot, which is my birthstone. And Peridot is like that character I love to hate. Okay, she's like Team Rocket, has a great plan, great invention, very mocking, fun villain, also really clueless and annoying and hammy, and she's just this perfect little mix of, she's so aggravating you want to hit her, but it's fun to hate. Ugh. Again, she gets to Earth and, no idea about the customs, thinks everything's a weapon, wants to just rule the planet. Like, it's a classic UFO situation. But then what makes Steven Universe is a good show is that, she slowly feels rain. She slowly wants to use the toys and gadgets there and enjoys the human, things that we have available. She slowly learns to enjoy them. And yes, she still has this whole I'm about to conquer you thing. And, that's just really fun. Lapis, I took some time to get used to. I was very confused of why the Crystal Gems, which are supposed to be the good guys, would leave a gem just in a mirror, like in a little prison, as an object for so many years. Like, is that just them being cold to somebody who was their enemy? I guess. I just thought it was sad and unnecessary. And then we get Lapis, who, at first, I just thought was pure evil because she could destroy the world and not care. It's like, I'm not responsible for this Earth. Like, this is not my home. I just want to go home and hear my powers, which are cool, like, water control powers. It's like, yes, I control liquid. Other gyms don't do this, but I can, and that's neat. Anyway, like, first I just thought, okay, it doesn't matter if she has a pretty dress. She's still kind of a psycho. Stay away from her. And then as it progressed, Lapis became that sour, discontent character that this sometimes overly sunny and hopeful show needs. You need a bitter character, to like level out all the sweetness and silliness. And Lapis could really, yeah, with the exception of Steven and maybe Peridot to an extent, she could really care less. She could destroy the earth without caring. She just didn't want to. Like, her complete indifference is what keeps the earth safe, I think. And, that is how you want to take it. Is she a danger? Maybe if you piss her off. But really, she's just that sarcastic character. Like, I'm tired, I'm done. And with the high energy that Peridot brings to the table, I think they need that low note. It's like, man. Yes. Yes. Lapis makes up for a lot of things on this show that sometimes get on my nerves. Anyway, let us go to the last Crystal Gem, who technically is no longer with us. Okay, not Crystal Gem, a homeworld gem that was just on Earth for a while, just stuck on Earth for a while. Jasper. A true blue good bad guy. Jasper was just this big tiger brute with all this muscle, and she just wanted to crush stuff and bam stuff, and God, just that bloodthirsty knight that, this show needs while it's sunny, let's be friends nonsense. Oh, Jasper. To know that you were lost this planet by your own insanity, it was a wonderful scene. It was a wonderful arc. Oh, Jasper, you scared me with your muscles and your bigness. You also amazed me with your passion. Oh, Jasper. The end of your arc made sense, but God, do I miss you. I wait to learn more about the other gems. Recently, in a new arc, we learned about the diamonds, who are beautiful and complicated. Apparently, Blue Diamond is sad and miserable and has a hard time letting go. Meanwhile, Yellow Diamond, who's voiced by Patti LuPone, which I think is really cool, is just ready to move on. Maybe a little bit too ready to just blast and destroy things that don't make her happy. But yeah, I really like her high energy, like her nose up in the air, her strength. And even though I don't think she's as strong as she wants to be, there's still this, chin up, ironclad thing about her. She's not a particularly sexy alien, but God, that attitude, those boots, the way she just urgh. God, such force. Other gyms are terrified and in awe of her beauty. I am excited to know what'll happen. God forbid they become friends with the bad guys. But damn, am I curious to see more of what the Diamond's power is. Other than just being bigger than all the gyms, what are their powers? Other than just being in control and, yeah, what do they make? I look forward to learning more about other gyms. Really, when new gyms come up, they're my favorite parts. I loved seeing Bismuth. Oh, Bismuth. More on her later. I love the gyms. And even though the show is called Steven Universe, Steven Universe is my least favorite character. I find his naivety, I find annoying. I know that him not knowing anything about the gyms is required to help the audience understand this world, and that makes sense. But God, the fact that he acts like an annoying little 4-year-old all the time is just so aggravating. And other people will say, oh, well, he represents that kid who's trying really hard. He's that underachiever underdog who's really making it work for all of us, gives the rest of us hope by being so loving. I can see how that can be necessary in this, unstable group, but really, his oh-so cutesiness just annoys me, okay? It's too sugary. So yeah, he's my least favorite character. God, no, he just leaves a cavity in my mouth with his cluelessness. Ugh. I don't like Steven. I don't think I have to. Even though it is all about him, like the show is all about him, no, I am so happy when I see the gyms. And everyone who does stuff around him, I'm so happy. He might be the sun, but I don't have to touch the sun. Back to his mom, I did like Rose, okay? Big, beautiful, cloudy pink Rose. I like how, even though when you did see her in like the flashback episodes, she was just this loving creature who, had Steven's wonder for the world. But there's something about an adult keeping their wonder while a child just holds on to it. I don't know, it might be hypocritical of me, but there's something nice when an adult can sense wonder and beauty and still hold on to it. Whereas a kid, even though most of the show is about breaking Steven's hope and naivety, it doesn't get broken all the way. And I don't know, I like that Rose went through stuff and could still find a little wonder afterwards. Like, you have to really experience life and then find the joy in it. I can respect that. Whereas someone who's just so innocent to everything, no, I don't like that. But back to Rose, I like Rose. I like her big curly hair. I love her attitude and her dress and the way she just floats on air. She could walk on water and everyone just worshipped her like a big goddess. It was lovely. I love that her voice actress was Meg from the old Hercules movie. I hope that actress gets more work because I love hearing her voice. I love that this show gets to let her sing. I like that, Rose was a real general in a war, something Steven has a hard time understanding, that a war involves people getting hurt, nay dying, and yeah, his mom even has to do some of the killing. It's left very mysterious of how this happened and all that, but here's a fun fact about war. People will get hurt, and both sides have people they care about, so there's going to be hurt no matter what. Steven lives in this bubble where he's not allowed to feel hurt, and yeah, I hope he gets hurt more and more and more as the show progresses. But yeah, there's just something about that kid that annoys me. God, maybe I'm just tired of little chubby boy heroes. But then that's when Connie comes in and gives me some hope. Connie is the nerd girl living the dream. Hardworking, good student, has all this energy that she wants to use responsibly and smart. And of course, when she meets, this kid who's willing to support her in anything, what she finds, purpose and a real purpose in life is to become a warrior. And she gets trained by these aliens who are willing to train her and respect her, and she respects them, and it's nice. Like, Connie's a good character because, yes, her main thing of trying too hard is that she just tries all the time. She is an ultimate trier, and she succeeds because she works hard. She puts her heart into it. And, what makes her just not a robot character of like, I am girl power, I am girl power, is that, she's kind of nerdy and she likes geeky things. Like, she'll geek out about books and all that. And, she has some issues with her parents because they're a little too protective. And, this just makes for a rounder character who's, still a sweet, lovely young lady who has all this energy and power and drive. Like, God. Yeah, she can be frustrated with human frustrations of like, okay, this might be a little too much for me, but she doesn't give up. Like, she has doubts, but she does not give up. And that is a good character. God, Connie is like so wonderful for that. Oh, and her big long hair, and she's just so cute. So cute. Connie might be the only human I really like. Yeah, Connie might be the only human character of the show I like. Then we come up to Greg. And Greg, I can give or take per episode. His character makes sense. He has purpose. I think it would take a very understanding person to deal with the craziness of the gyms. And this stunted man-child with just enough compassion to be cool with these aliens who never grow up. That makes sense. Do I think he's a decent father? He's a caring father. Do I think he's a sad adult? Yes. I think if Steven Universe wasn't so wholesome, then his favorite crystal gem would be crystal meth. God, like, he's such a, as an adult, he's kind of a sad person. Like, I don't know, I just would not respect him if he was a real adult because I know he would not be so, like, content with how his life is. Maybe there's some people who are content with this. I haven't met them yet, but I don't know. I find Greg to be a very unbelievable character, and I guess that's what makes him special enough to have, fallen in love and then, be worthy of the love of an alien who had such a big life as Rose. And that is an interesting concept, and it's a very sweet concept because, he's a musician, and even though I usually find real life magicians to be just sad losers who can never find a job, and that is Greg, still in the show. It's brought up to the lovely aspect of where, music is utilized to the best of its ability, and storytelling and expressing feelings and just making a moment cooler with just the power of music. Yeah, the show uses music to a great advantage, and I appreciate it for that. Honestly, the other humans on the show, the other humans of Beach City, I don't care for. They have their moments. They supply, we gotta protect these people thing, but honestly, I don't like the human episodes. I will rewatch the episodes about the gyms over and over again, but the human episodes, I can only take like once, and then I remember they did something. They're so meta. God, it's hard to grow up and all that jazz. Adults don't get me, but they're still people. Love, love, love. Yeah. Okay. I don't care for them. The gyms, I like how they're superpowered people. I like the gyms. The human characters have their moments, have their purposes, but no, I would rather just watch all episodes of gyms and the humans can do cameos if they want. I don't think I talked enough about Rose. Rose is a weird mystery. So weird. What is Steven? Steven, the alien human son. One theory is that Rose just gave up her life force and gave her, magic life gem to the little blob of sperm that is Steven. So he's some kind of mutant. One other idea is that this is actually Rose the whole time and she's just convinced herself she's a human child so she can experience human life. Which is crazy and weird, but also very interesting. Makes me wonder, is Lion, the big pink magic lion, is Lion like the brother of Steven, where Rose tried to reproduce in some way, and that's why Lion's magical and has all of her stuff? Is that why? I mean, the gyms aren't surprised to see him, so maybe they knew about it and they just don't care to mention it. Or maybe Rose just played with some lions for an experiment. I don't know, but I really feel like Lion is like a big key to unlock a mystery. Do I care how Steven was made? No, it doesn't keep me up at night. But it's still weird. Like in this concept where the aliens don't really make babies with each other, they just are kind of like these immortal beings that have to go to different planets to like make more immortals. Unless they're a thing, they have to like just drain the sources of the world. Yeah. It's an interesting concept to see these characters who can't actually grow up, like these Peter Pan like characters, have to help somebody else grow up. It's an interesting concept. And yes, the magic of the story is he helps them grow up because we're all growing at one time, which is nice and gives perspective on things. Sometimes it can get a little cheesy, but it's very nice perspective. Through the whole, I really do love this show. I love that it has music. I love that it has these really good arcs that all make sense. Once in a while, there can be this, like slice of life kind of after school special episode where people talk about hugging and loving their feelings and stuff, and that can get a little too much for me to bear. Oh, there's also this thing about this show where, more so in the earlier seasons than the most recent episodes, but the recent episodes are not completely immune to it, the crying. Like, almost every single character in this show has cried. And the fact that there's crying in every single episode just makes me think, why has this, beachside front not just been flooded with tears yet? How are these people not drowning in their own salty sadness? How has this not happened yet? Because there's just so much crying. To the point of where it just makes everything so much sappier than need be. Yes, these moments are harsh and big, and, they're extreme on people's emotions, are stressful. But people have other ways of expressing themselves than just crying. Yes, crying is a nice release, and it's nice to see some people cry. And there are moments where crying is the best option. But it's not the only option to do in stress. Like, you can handle stress in other ways. You can just, your face can be blank and you can feel nothing. Or you can scream and yell and overcompensate in another way. But not everything is with tears. It's the show's choice, and I can accept all the crying and all the be true to your heart stuff because so much else of it is so good and cool and rich that it is such a good, refreshing show. It's refreshing to see this show about female characters who are more than just, the love interest or the best friend that's always right that's ignored. It's nice to see a show where female characters are their own people. They're not reflections or copies of some male characters, they're just their own people. Yes, they all revolve around this one little boy, but that's because he's the mutant character in between the two worlds. Okay, he's he's half alien, half earthling, he's the chosen one with the responsibility and all that jazz. And yeah, it just brings together the loveliest aspects. The meta-ness of where, the creators of the show are obviously making fun of anime and fans, and they themselves were huge anime fans, obviously, from all the references. Sometimes it can get too meta to the point of annoying, but when it just sits down and you look at these lovely illustrations of how they do the colors of the clouds and the way the cities and the seas look and all these imaginary worlds they make up of these, crystal ruins, it can be so exquisite. It's exquisite to look at, it's exquisite to listen to. The voice acting is so real. I can just listen to it and I can feel all the emotion because yeah, the actors are super into it. They really believe in what they're doing. It's really nice. God, I hope that, I hope that there are more shows like this. They don't all have to be so touchy-feely, but, respect your characters. Give them challenges worthy of themselves and, give them some off days to just, feel out and really flesh out their characters. Give a story that, has problems of, where, the bad guys and the good guys have reasons for what they're doing. Just really flesh out your world. That's what I really want Steven Universe to do. To inspire, new stories where, you respect female characters, you respect male characters, everyone is capable of feeling stuff. Yes, yes, I know, it gets a lot of credit for just, waving the rainbow flag, and I appreciate that, I do. And it would be nice if people really did that, but I just really like good, solid story building and all that, and that's what Steven Universe has. That's my favorite part about it. It nurtured its story, it takes care of it, it slowly gets to it, and, sometimes it's excruciating. When you look back at it, it was just crafted so well that it was a marvelous experience. So, yes, while I sometimes leave with a cavity of it getting too sweet and sappy, when it's in my mouth and I'm just savoring it, oh, it's a great feeling. So those are my feelings about Steven Universe. I hope it doesn't end too soon. I hope it continues for a while. Usually when things reach a 5th season, they kind of go downhill. But, I don't know, I would be so... No, I don't even want to imagine a world without new Steven Universe episodes. I look forward to the episodes so much. I will stop what I'm doing and watch the new fullest episode. Because I just really, really enjoy it. I like learning new things about these characters and seeing what they're going to do next. So please, people who are making animated shows especially, live action people can take a hint too. Respect your characters. Give them a background, give them a present with actual problems, and give them a future. Make them work for their future and give them a past they have to live with and live every day with. That is what Steven Universe has done, and I thank you, Rebecca Sugar. Thank you for the lovely thing you've done. Please make more. Jim bless America.